I have to know all the facts and figures off by heart and seem to be confident in what I'm saying so that others won't talk over me, make me feel embarrassed by not knowing my stuff. And I have to do that. That's one of the key things.
So you're saying you have to do that. You have to know all the facts and figures off by heart. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Is that really true? Do you really have to know that?
Well, I guess if I could have some notes with me, just in case, then that would help with my confidence. I could make a joke about it to, sort of like make it otherwise it's such important stuff. I don't want to I didn't want to miss anything out, so I've got some notes to make sure.
So that's one option. So tell me a bit about how that might feel if you did have those notes.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be embarrassed at looking at them as I worked through. If I framed it in that way, if I set the scene properly, then it would make people realise I've got the notes.
Okay, so with a bit of scene setting, you think you could pull that off. And just thinking about what you just said about people feeling embarrassed, who else do you think may have felt embarrassed at some point in that same situation?
Well, I guess Tom might have done, at least in the beginning. I mean, he's only been in the team 2 or 3 months longer than me, but he seems to be doing okay now. But now I come to think of it, the first meeting that he was at, he just seemed very reluctant to do his presentation. He didn't seem to want to chat to anybody during there, which is very different now. So
that's really interesting. So how do you think Tom might have been feeling at that point in time?
Well, probably as nervous as I do. I mean, actually thinking about it, probably more nervous because I now know him a bit and I know how shy he is.
And knowing that Tom might have felt the way that you do and thinking about the others that may have felt the same way, what 3 things could you do straight after this session to start to address that situation for you?
Well, I guess I could try and have a word with Tom about the best way to approach this. I could try and think about asking IT for some support. Try and ask someone to let me run through the presentation with them.
And I just need to stop you there and just say that I've noticed you're using the word try a lot, and with that there's a definite downturn in your energy. And I know from my experience, when I try to do something, my heart really isn't in it. And I'm just sensing that I'm picking the same up from you. Would that be true?
Yeah, well, I must admit I don't feel at ease at doing some of those things. I actually can't see myself doing them.
Okay. Well, that's very honest, and thank you for that. So are you up for exploring just a little bit more with me and playing with this? Yeah? So of those options that you've just identified, what's the thing you least want to do?
For me, the least thing I want to do is actually have somebody run through it with me, or me run through it with them as the audience.
And you know what? I could tell that when you were saying that. Why do you think that is?
Well, I might feel a bit stupid. I mean, I might feel like, well, why are they asking me to help me? You should be able to do this. I mean, he's a manager, same as me, and all that stuff. So.
And again, as you're speaking there, I'm sensing that you're kind of closing down on that particular option. And also, I'm feeling quite anxious. So tell me, is that how it's feeling for you?
Well, yeah, it does. I do feel anxious just thinking about it. What if they think I'm a fraud? What if I mess it up? What if it all goes badly wrong? What if I get the sack?
And what if the other person is delighted to be asked to help you in this situation?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I suppose it could be seen as complimentary. That I trust them enough, or I value their opinion enough to get some feedback from them. Yeah.
Okay. So now, what will you do?
I have to think about that. I guess. Well, I've started my presentation, so I should do the finishing touches.
Okay.
To my presentation. I've got a good idea how it's going to go. I'm not 100% confident with it, but I can actually get the finishing touch. What I can do is I'll ask Tom if he would do me the pleasure of giving me some feedback. I'll ask him over a beer. So let's go for a beer, and I can take you through my presentation. And I'll tell you what, I'll probably ask Beth too.
So I noticed that you're much more energised and animated doing that. And would you like to kind of tell me what that's all about?
Well, I can suddenly see how I can get through this. And hey, I might even enjoy the experience.
You may indeed.